The event was the 1600-meter race, and we were all lined up on the starting line, and the transgender athlete was next to me, but I didn't notice that it was a transgender athlete. I had no idea. I just noticed that they were built a little differently in their legs, but since we were lined up to race, I was just like focused on the race. So when the race ended, that transgender athlete had beat me, but I still didn't know. So we went to get up on the podiums, and I heard people while we were on the podiums that they were mad about something, but I still didn't know what. And then I later found out they were upset that a transgender athlete had competed against a whole bunch of girls.
That is not a 22-year-old girl. That's not a young woman from southern Utah. That is not a young woman from San Jose State who is uncomfortable bunking with the supersized cucumber who's sleeping on the top bunk. That is not someone like Riley Gaines competing against Leah Thomas in swimming and having the distinct disadvantage of competing against someone with a gas-powered propeller in their tuck-friendly bathing suit. The child, yes, the child that you just saw in that video. She is 15 years old. Last spring, she was a 14-year-old track star named Ahnaleigh Wilson. Now, during the spring of this year, Ahnaleigh Wilson, she was competing in the Cashmere Junior Olympics in the state of Washington. Key word, junior. You know why they call them the Junior Olympics? Because it's not fair for someone like Usain Bolt to sign up for the competition and compete against kids who aren't old enough to get their learner's permit. We're talking about kids who ride bikes. We're talking about teenage girls who have slumber parties. I highly doubt, or at least I would hope, that the state of Washington would not allow a 22-year-old professional track star to choose to identify as a teenage girl and compete in the Junior Olympics. But nowadays, you just never know, because the state of Washington did allow a transgender athlete to compete. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you happen to stumble across this video, be sure to check out my main channel, Behind the Line. Search Behind the Line here on YouTube, should be the first channel that comes up. These are kids. Ahnaleigh Wilson should be worried about identifying which boy passed her a love note in somewhat American history class. Do you love me, Ahnaleigh? Yes or no? Ahnaleigh Wilson should be worried about learning how to drive. She should be trying to identify the hard teachers in school so she can try to avoid them. What she should not be identifying is the gender of the kid standing next to her. What the hell are we doing? What are we subjecting these kids to at the age of 14? Last spring, Ahnaleigh Wilson, she won the 1600-meter race at the Cashmere Junior Olympics. The real result was Ahnaleigh won the gold medal. However, the official result was a bit different. According to the state of Washington, the official result is that Ahnaleigh Wilson came in second place. The official first place winner, they shared some commonalities with Ahnaleigh Wilson. Perhaps they both had dreams one day of getting married and having children when they are older. Now, of course, those dreams look a bit different since the first place winner is incapable of getting pregnant. At the age of 15, Ahnaleigh Wilson had the courage to speak out against what happened to her and other little girls during the spring. As a result of her courage, she is receiving backlash from adults, grown-ups, the people who should be commending her for having the courage at 15 years old to do something that most adults are terrified to do themselves. Now, Ahnaleigh Wilson's not the only child receiving backlash from adults. The transgender kid who won the race is also getting backlash, which, that's not the answer. I don't blame the child for following the corrupt rules. I blame the adults who made the rules. It also makes me wonder, where are the child's parents? Believe it or not, it is not uncommon for modern teenagers to question things like their gender. It is not uncommon for modern teenagers to come home and tell mommy and daddy, I think God made a mistake. My name's not Paul. My name is supposed to be Paula. Yippee! It's happening all over the country, even down here in the South. I know someone personally who went through this. Their child came home one day from middle school, and said, Hey, mommy, did you know I'm non binary? You know what mommy said? She didn't say, Okay, honey, let's go shopping for gender neutral clothes and tuck friendly bathing suits. Mommy said the only thing you are going to be identifying as is patient because you're going to counseling. Mom took it a step further, took the child's phone away. Facebook, gone. TikTok, gone. Instagram, gone. YouTube, gone. Entire internet, which the vast majority, if not all kids are too young to handle, gone. The school, which was somewhat compliant on this journey to self identification, gone, pulled her out. Guess what happened with this child? Just take a wild guess. Within a few weeks, maybe a couple of months, the child suddenly stopped talking about gender identification. All of a sudden, she's asking mom if they can go buy makeup. One day during the summer, mom notices the kid cleaning out her closet, throwing away all of her boyish clothes. Starts wearing girly attire. She is suddenly interested in boys. And all it took for that to happen was the elimination of the influences. The truth is, these kids have no idea what the hell they're doing. They don't know what they're talking about. They're naive. They're easily influenced. And you know how I know? I used to be one. When I was a teenager, we were influenced by rap music and pop culture. I came home one day with my school pants hanging half off my ass. Walked in the house and my dad said, What the hell is that? I said, it's my pants. It's in style. Where you been, you old geezer? Following day, I came home from school. I no longer had any pants to wear. Not only did I not have pants, I didn't have any shorts either. I asked my mom, what am I supposed to wear? She said, Well, you weren't wearing your pants right anyway. They were hanging half off your ass, so I did you a favor and just got rid of them. You know what I did going forward? I wore my pants the right way, at least when I was at home in front of my parents, or at least when I was at school. Now, that doesn't mean I suddenly quit sagging my pants, but it became more of an act of rebellion. It was something that I knew was wrong. And the reason I knew it was wrong, my parents told me so. That's what parenting looks like. That's what a lot of kids in America today are missing. If you don't give your kids guidance and direction at home, they are getting it from somewhere else. Ahnaleigh Wilson. Ahnaleigh Wilson is a young girl who was raised by good parents. And I don't even know her parents, couldn't tell you their names. For all I know, Ahnaleigh Wilson, she's been raised by two moms, maybe two dads. What I do know is whoever raised her, they did one hell of a job. Give me your thoughts on this. Ahnaleigh Wilson, at 15 years old, speaks out against competing against biological boys in track and field. She receives backlash from adults, and so does the transgender athlete who won the race. Seems to me there are no winners here. Adults in Washington, they put these kids in a lose-lose situation. Who is most at fault here? The state? The school system? The parents? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. See you guys on the main channel.